Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of Jill Live, Woodland Hills. Give it up for the rock star nutritionist, Jayne.
What's up, what's up? How you doing out there? Hello, and welcome to the set of Jill Live. As you may have heard from our tunes, we are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, I'm often confused with Wiz Khalifa, so let me introduce myself formally. My name is Jill, and I am a registered dietitian and professional musician. They call me the rock star nutritionist. Today, we are on the set at Woodland Hills High School. Represent y'all! I am a super famous, awesome person because I make music about being healthy, and that has landed me in some very interesting places, like the White House to meet Michelle Obama, working with NFL teams, and earning a consideration for a Grammy nomination. Now, if you're wondering why I chose Woodland Hills High School, well, let me tell you a little bit about this place. Well, they have over 30 varsity sports. Cheer if you play a sport here.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind.
Their Wolverina football stadium is known as one of the best places to watch high school football. In 2011, Woodland Hills had 9 graduates as NFL players. They also have turned out over 100 D1 football recruits. Let's give it up, y'all. Come on.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind.
Woodland Hills is also known for their musicals. They've been nominated for hundreds of Kelly Awards, the recipient of 88 wins. If you are a cast or crew here, let me hear you!
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get
In 2012, they also boasted a 96% graduation rate for their seniors. So give it up for your books, y'all.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough.
But best of all, the reason that I'm here today is Woodland Hills High School has a wellness program called the Living Well Team. So I would like to give a shout out to my girl, Mrs. Andrea Kennedy, school nurse. Oh! I also want to do a thank you to Mrs. Patricia Harper, Mrs. Marilyn Catellis, and Miss Jennifer D'Amico. Give it up, y'all, for your wellness program, Living Well Team! Now, we've got a great show for you today. We've got DJ Mark in the house. We've got Ron Chun Jr. from the Get Down Gang. We've got city champion and recent Penn State graduate, Janelle Young. And we have head cross-country coach from Duquesne University, Tom Slosky. And best of all, me. Thanks for sticking around for Jill Live. We'll be right back.
I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor cause that's my plans. I'm wearing
Our
all
first
my
guest
favorite
is a
brands.
b-boy. If you don't know what that means, well, he is a professional break dancer, better known as a break boy. He is a performer and manager of Pittsburgh's own Get Down Gang, a crew battling in b-boy, pop, and housing. They are also a group of teachers training young people around the world through workshops and intensives. But he's not just pops and locks. Ron holds 5 bachelor's degrees and 1 master's degree. He is an academic advisor at the Arts and Sciences of the University of Pittsburgh. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ron Chun Jr. So tell us a little bit about how you work that beat in your specialty style, b-boy.
B-boying. The B is for the break, which usually in a lot of music, the person stops saying what they're saying and the beat just goes on, and that's what we call the break in the record. Well, back in the day, B-boys used to wait for that part of the record, so that's when they would go down. And at first, there was top rock, there was footwork, freezes. They would all wait, and then they'd just get busy to that break. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of know what you're saying. I'm just not having trouble, visualizing
Tops,
that.
footwork. Yeah, no?
Maybe you should do some for us.
I'll
What
show
do
you
guys
real quick.
think? Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay. I can hold that for you. Okay, great. Okay.
You see what I mean?
I'm starting to pick up what you're putting down. So the
Okay,
kids,
yeah.
the kids are saying today. Okay.
Just making sure you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the communication is definitely clear. Okay. Well, when most people think of breaking, I don't think they realize how much strength it really takes to haul around your own body weight like that.
Well, it's strength, but it's not like weight strength. It's not, you don't have to be.
Like this is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, like those things, those guns. Can we give it up for those guns real quick? Right. But you don't have to have those guns. You
Okay.
just have to be able to manipulate your own body weight. It's really technique. And it's like you don't have to be strong. It's just you have to be able to control your own body.
So what is your athletic background? I mean, I cannot do that, and I'm pretty athletic. So how do you do that?
Well, I was a wrestler, which really helped.
I believe it was a high school wrestling champion.
Yes,
and,
I was very good.
We should probably share that with the audience.
I was a soccer player, and I played.
Excuse me, high school all-league soccer player?
And I was recruited to play soccer in college, where I played in college, and I also ran cross country and played tennis while I was in high school. So I was pretty fit, and I'm still pretty fit. But that, like the power moves, that kind of stuff, it comes from being fit. But a lot of the wrestling really helped. We perform in a lot of places, but we're an actual crew, so we don't. It's not about performance. We go and dance with other crews. We travel the world. We go teach in different countries. It's all about the culture, really.
Now, talk to us about nutrition. That is our big theme today. How important is nutrition to your training?
Well, for me, it's pretty important because the better I eat, the better I feel. So a lot of those kind of moves, I feel a lot different if I've had a good meal and, versus if I had a bad one. And for me, it's almost immediate. That might be mental, but I know for a fact that if I eat something really, really well, it goes in light and I don't feel weighed down. But then if I eat some fast food because I'm in a hurry, we're at a jam or whatnot, you just feel terrible when you're dancing. So to me, the nutrition is actually really important. The better I feel, the better I can perform.
Excellent. Well, Ron, it's been great talking to you today, but I do think there's only one way to end this interview. Microphone, please. Can I get that beat one more time? Let's do it. Come on.
Welcome back to Jill Live.
In this next segment, I want to show you the truth about your food. Let's talk about the sugar that's added to some of the most popular drinks. Now, Ron was talking about how he feels after he eats, and a lot of that is because some of these favorite drinks are full of sugar. That sugar goes right through you. You get that high feeling, and then you get that low feeling, that sugar crash, as I like to call it. So I have a 20-ounce soda pop here, and as we say in Pittsburgh, pop. So we have a 20-ounce, and this has 16 scoops of sugar. I also have an energy drink, and this has 27 scoops of sugar. I also have one of those juice drinks. This has 5% juice. So guess how much sugar? 28 scoops of sugar. Now, what is it that makes these drinks so popular? Anybody? Why do people drink these drinks? Do they taste good? Yeah. They taste good because they're full of sugar. Now, the thing I really want you to understand is these drinks are actually quite cheap for a company to make. This energy drink, for example, costs about $5. But to make it, it has cheap ingredients like sugar and water. It maybe costs them 25 cents to make this whole can, but they charge you $5. They're making $4.75 of profit. That money goes right back into advertising to you. So I choose something that is a little more delicious, and a lot better for you. Of course, that drink is water, often completely free. And just so you remember that and keep water at the top of your mind, I have a little song about it. Thank you so much. What a great nutrition tip, Jill. Back to you, Jill. Hey! Our next guest is a graduate of Shenley High School, where she was not only city champion in volleyball and two-time silver city champion in basketball, she was class president. She recently completed her bachelor's in business marketing from Penn State University, where she continued her love of sports by playing intramural volleyball and coaching the men's intramural basketball team. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Janelle Young. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Janelle.
It's great to be here, Jill.
Now, one of the most interesting things about you is that you went from being highly competitive and highly accomplished in high school as an athlete to committed, though recreational, in college. What was that transition and that decision process like for you?
Well, you're right. I played varsity sports in high school, going to the city championship and
Yada, yada, yeah.
Well, you guys know, you go to practice and you have games and, you're always working out, basically, even when you really don't want to. And then when I went to college, I got an offer for a full academic scholarship to Penn State, so I couldn't even play varsity sports my first year at least if I wanted to.
So you're this amazing athlete, and you get a full academic scholarship.
Yes.
Can we clap for that? Okay. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. So was it hard to accept that free ride?
No. But I did know I was going to miss the routine and having a coach to push me to my limits all the time. So I had to be my own motivation at that point to kind of make my own workout plan and, decide what I was going to do. And really, I wasn't training for anything anymore. I wasn't training to
It's called life.
Right, life. That's what hits you after high school.
Now, you look amazing, as I heard some cheering
you.
before. So tell us about... And I don't do that, I do not do that to catcall you. I do that because after you leave the routine of high school, it is much more difficult to set up a workout plan on your own when you aren't training for something. So what challenges were before you and how did you overcome them when it comes to fitness and wellness?
I think the number one thing is having a goal in mind of what you want to do. Since I wasn't training for anything, I really just wanted to maintain my body, my shape, my weight, things like that. I wasn't trying to be thinner, which a lot of females end up trying to, go that route, especially in college, and it's not always healthier.
Thin does not equal fit.
No, not at all. So I just wanted to maintain and still be athletic and be able to, run casually whenever I wanted and, play a pickup game or like whatever it was.
Well, that idea of eating ice cream makes you feel good.
Yes, it does make you feel good, but I think it makes you feel good when you can run a mile and when you're good at it and you're not out of breath when you're done. So. And
that's something that can serve you the long term instead of the ice cream immediately feeling good. Being athletic and being fit helps you over the long term and feeling good. Well, thanks for being here, Janelle. Ladies and gentlemen, want a full ride to college? Study hard, play hard.
I don't care. I love it. I don't care. I love it.
In this next segment, I want to show you the truth about your food. Today, let's hone in on some fast food. We heard from Janelle that she wants to make small changes to having a better diet. So let's look here at a small hamburger and small French fry and a large hamburger and large French fry. In that smaller size, we have a 1/4 cup of fat. In that large size, we have a 1/2 cup of fat. Now, why is that a problem? Well, because it's literally so much fat that it actually sticks to the inside of your blood vessel. Now, as you know, your blood is carrying all the nutrients and all the oxygen that these guys need and this thing needs. Students who eat better actually have better grades. So the advice isn't just study hard, it's also eat better. Now let's take a look at some of the healthy foods that I would recommend. Now the best way to snack is to pair something with protein and something carbohydrate. Often we think about snacking as a granola bar, but what I'm saying is you want to pair that granola bar with a cheese stick. You want the pairing to have protein and carbohydrate. Now we usually think of protein as meat, but also protein-rich foods include things like milk and yogurt, cottage cheese. Dairy is very high in protein, so when you can pair cottage cheese with some things like nuts, like almonds or pistachios, and also a carbohydrate, your body is sustained for longer. Now, we also know the importance of balancing our healthy diet with exercise, and my favorite exercise, of course, is dancing. So let's take this dance break, because what else can you do? I've got to get some thrift shop! Oh, what just happened? Oh, that was so interesting. Thank you so much, Jill, for that amazing advice. Back to you, Jill. Our next guest is Duquesne University's head cross-country coach. Tom keeps a busy schedule with managing training schedules, traveling to events around the country, and recruiting his next team. As an accomplished runner himself, Tom went to Duquesne on an athletic scholarship and became a Division I All-American runner and completed his bachelor's degree in sociology. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Thomas Joseph Slosky III.
Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6, like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6.
Well, hello, Tom.
Well, hello, Jill. Glad to see you.
Nice to see you.
I'm always glad.
I was wondering how you got into running.
Well, Jill, I remember at a young age, I always loved sports. Played basketball, played football, played baseball, soccer. Yeah, I think I've named all four. But 8th grade, I remember my basketball coach was asking a track coach as well, and he asked me, what do you think about running track? I think you'd be pretty good. Well, did it in 8th grade, did pretty well. Decided to quit all my other sports, focus on track. It became kind of a niche, and did cross country as well. Next thing you know, I became a pretty big Division I prospect. Decided Duquesne was the best school for me, and yeah, Duquesne. Yeah. And then decided to decided to really focus there, and became a Division I All-American, and now, as I sit here, I'm the head cross-country coach there. So,
How about that, huh? What a story, what a story. Now, what I really want to hone in on, what you just said, is that someone said, hey, you should do that. And you said, okay. What was it like taking that risk when there was a chance you might not be good at that?
I go by the saying, great risk comes great reward. I really believed in myself. I really thought this could be a possibility. I had some family members that were very supportive. I also had family members that weren't supportive, and I wanted to show them that, you know what, I can do this. I really believe in my own self, and I think I can do this, and it worked out all right for me. So
I would say that, wouldn't you? Now, let's get down to business here. How many miles a week are you clocking in with?
60 to 70 miles a week.
Did you hear that? 60 to 70 miles a week. Can we clap? Okay, yeah, that's a lot. Just for those of you joining us, that's more than some people do in a month or a year or a lifetime. Now, what nutrition habits are important to a runner of your caliber?
One of the things is I have to eat more meals a day than your typical 3 times a day. I'm usually eating 4 to 6 meals. I like to have small portion meals, not to stuff myself, but really get the calories in because I have really fast metabolism. So, for example, just like a small meal that I'll eat in between, like your typical lunch and dinner. I'll have maybe a peanut butter sandwich, an apple, and like a nice big glass of whole milk.
No, whole milk. That's not usually the recommendation for most people. Usually we're saying eat low-fat dairy because most of us are burning 300 to 500 calories when we work out, and we're operating on that 2,000 calorie diet. Where at 60 to 70 miles a week, what I need in maybe 3 days, you're burning off in just 1 day. So you're eating lots of things, and you need your nutrition to count. So I want to point out that he's not reaching for French fries and hamburgers as we saw before. He's reaching for things that are what we call calorie dense. At least that's what we call them in the business. The business of nutrition. So please tell me about, as a student athlete, the demands of your schoolwork and your running schedule and how you found a balance between the two.
Well, the biggest thing that I did was realize that I'm a student athlete. Student first, athlete second. So I scheduled my classes first, really focused on my work first, and then athletics came second.
So let's give it up for Tom Slosky. Thank you so much for being with us, Tom.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing because I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared.
We've been talking a lot about high-protein snacks and fueling your body with foods that count. We call that nutrient density. So I wanted to bring back my boy, Milk. Everyone asks me, why is he all blinged out? Well, because I am from Pittsburgh, home of Wiz Khalifa, and sometimes people confuse me for him, so I try and differentiate myself. Now, see what I'm saying? Now, Milk is known by a very special name. Milk is known as low-fat milk.
Low-fat milk.
Yo, low-fat milk.
Say low-fat milk.
I said low-fat milk.
Say low-fat milk.
And low-fat yogurt.
Low-fat yogurt.
And low-fat cheese. Those are all foods. Now, all this low-fat dairy is high in calcium, and this is how I like to say it. Calcium. Now, Milk was getting all upset. Milk was all like, yo, why kids drinking all that soda and stuff? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, yo, I make your bones strong. And I'm like, I know. And he's like, yo, we should bring out that musical guest. And I'm like, am I seriously talking to a milk jug right now? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is time for that. I think it is time for our musical guest. So, she has traveled the country with her rock and roll band on the Vans Warped Tour and the band version of American Idol. She is here all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage. We have Thomas Joseph Slosky III, Ron Shund, and Janelle Young. Let's give it up for them one more time. And all the way from backstage, please re-welcome the star of July back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the rock star nutritionist, Jayne.
So I want to lay this down, yo. These are your bones. You got to work them out. You got to eat the food to keep them going strong. Say what?
What?
Say what?
What?
Say what?
What?
Say what?
What?
You got to eat the food to keep them going strong.
You gotta eat the food to keep them growing strong.
Yo, low-fat milk.
Low-fat milk.
Yo, low-fat
Say
milk.
low-fat milk.
Yo, low-fat yogurt.
Low-fat yogurt.
And low-fat cheese.
Low-fat cheese.
Give it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to Woodland Hills High School and their amazing Living Well team. Thanks to our guests and to our crew. Signing back to you, Jill.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Jill live from the Woodland Hills High School. Let's hear Wolverine. And we are out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap.